it up for your maid of honor, Julia Simpson.
So I knew Mickey was the one when CJ and I sat in my car on my 18th birthday, and he looked at me and said, "I love her, dude," and continued to talk about how incredible and down to earth she was. He said he knew he was going to propose to her by the end of that year, and obviously he did. And I knew CJ was the one for Makayla when we were on spring break, and we went back upstairs and we talked for hours. And I had to keep that he was giving her a promise during that night a secret. And next to the engagement, that was the biggest secret I've had to keep, and it was very hard. These two are the perfect match for each other, and I can't wait to see where you guys go in the future. And I also can't wait for your very tall blonde babies. So I wish you both a lifetime of love and happiness, and may your love be modern enough to survive the times, but old-fashioned enough to last a lifetime.
Give it up for your best man, Bobby Simpson, ladies and gentlemen.
We good?
Yeah.
We're good. All right. I'd like to start off my speech by just recognizing how gorgeous the bride looks tonight. She doesn't look too bad herself. A little over 20 years ago, my parents rushed to the hospital and my mom had a beautiful baby boy. And to my surprise, they brought him home. The first few years were fairly normal. I remember, I was the one that usually got to feed him, and I'd give him 1 bite for him, 2 bites for me. Wake him up from his naps with firecrackers, the usual. Pretty typical brother stuff, except the time that he knocked a couple of my teeth out and I broke his collarbone. It was the last time we were allowed to watch WrestleMania. In our teens and early 20s, we had some incredible times driving race cars, late nights at Gold's Gym, and sitting around a campfire, playing guitar and singing with the guys still left of me. A poet once said, "The great flame follows a little spark." When CJ met Mickey, there was a little spark. I knew that because I talked to him the next day. From the way he talked about her, I could tell the spark was something special. You two are great together. May the flame burn long, the sparks continue to fly. And although life will have its ups and downs, when it's good and everything feels as it should, don't miss a thing because it'll never be able to stop us train. Cheers.
We got another one from Allie Finney. Give it up for Allie Finney, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so I'm winging this because this is how I do it best. Okay, so I'm Allie. I'm Makayla's oldest sister, and I first want to start my speech off by addressing CJ. I just want to say congratulations because you have already had your hardest task with this family, and you're looking at her right here. And I mean that sincerely to CJ's family. You guys raised an incredible son. I knew from the first time that I met him, he did not have a single flaw. And trust me, I find a flaw in every single person. And he's been amazing to have as a part of our family. We welcome him as a brother, and we're just excited for this journey because he is amazing. Now I'm speaking on behalf of all of my other siblings, for Skylar and Ariel. We just want to give you a little background, some stories that we have from Makayla from growing up. So Ariel's is first, and I was like, can you guys get this together and let me know a story? So Ariel's story, her fondest memory of you, Makayla, is you guys dressing up with afros and putting tin foil on your teeth and rocking out to Soulja Boy. And then she also remembers you guys cruising down 4th Street, stalking college boys. And okay, Makayla is totally an extrovert and Skylar is an introvert, as everyone knows. So Skylar could not give me an actual story for this, so I had to come up with one on my own. And the best one I can come up with, because I heard something about there were boogers and flashing tops, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that to Makayla. Okay. So Michaela could get Skylar to do anything that she wanted him to do. Because she would say, Skylar, if you don't do this, I'm going to tell on you. And Skylar would be like, okay, Michaela, what do you want me to do? So she's the best at blackmail. Just remember that, CJ. Blackmail. And then for mine, the first memory that I have of Michaela was we were getting ready for the Salem pageant, and she was a little girl, and she asked me, as her big sister that she didn't have, to do her hair. And so I sat there and I did her hair, and I was really proud to do that. And just watching her get ready today and have that moment with her and see her that she's no longer a little girl and that she's a beautiful bride and now a wife, I'm just so incredibly proud of you. And I know your future together, CJ, really is quite a catch. So I wish you guys years and years of happiness, and I love you. And now we're going to toast to the bride and groom.
Well done, well done. Now give it up for Shannon McNeil, ladies and gentlemen. Shannon McNeil.
Hello. I didn't write a speech or anything. I'm just gonna surprise. But I just want to say that I'm very proud of both of these two. I know Michaela, when she first started bringing CJ around, I was really shocked. My first sight of him was he had a big old beard and a man bun. Really wasn't too sure of him at first, but he was really polite and just a good kid. And I couldn't be happier for them both. And I just want to thank Lori's family and Jean's family and of course mine for always showing up. I appreciate you all. Thanks.
And last but not least, give it up for Gene Finney, ladies and gentlemen. Gene Finney.
Well, I really thought that my speech would be the best one tonight, but obviously that's not true. These have been some fantastic speeches, and you don't hear that from youngsters like that very often. So well-raised kids, no doubt. I'm Gene Finney. I have the pleasure of being Lori's husband. I've been for about the last 11 years. And that gave me the chance to spend a lot of time with Skylar and Michaela. And the first time I met Michaela, she was about 6 or 7. And when I would come to visit Lori, she would come run and jump in my arms. Now 10 years later, she greeted me in a little bit different fashion. But we're not going to talk about that tonight. Did you just do it or what? No. For about the first 7 years I knew her, she wore basketball shorts and t-shirts. She didn't brush her hair or teeth. She's come a long way. But obviously, things have changed since then. And before I really go into that, I know some of you probably know that she is an athlete. She's an athlete in high school. Played basketball and volleyball, but you probably don't know the way she played. I mean, she was a baller, right? She made it happen. Diving for loose balls, and fighting for rebounds. You wouldn't know that by looking at her now. But if you've ever wrestled against her, you probably understand this. She goes from nothing to I'm going to hurt you. And nothing, there's nothing in between, right? It's all out. But you know, she's way, way more than that, right? She is full of fun and laughter, kindness and caring. She's sensitive, she's straightforward, she says what she thinks, but it's kind and it's gentle. She's natural in her beauty. She's natural in her friendship. She's natural in her faith. She's natural in caring and compassion. She is a great, beautiful person. Obviously, she turned into a beautiful young lady. And when she did that early on, that meant what? Boys. Right? Boys. Boys were interested in being around her, right? There was always some little kid wanting to hang out with her and spend time with her. But then, inevitably, he would do something like sit next to her. Or hold her hand. Or try to kiss her. And then he was gone, right? That was it. She wouldn't have any of that. She just wasn't up for that. Then, okay there, if you don't mind. Unroll that. Then, one day, she brought home this. Yeah, that's the guy Shannon was talking about. But we are so fortunate, right? What a great young man he is. He can do anything, fix cars, build houses. He works at the hospital. He is a phenomenal young man. We're so glad to be around him. Every time that I'm near him, I come and tell Lori, I'm going to learn a lot from that kid. But mostly, they love each other. They love each other. It's obvious. They're good to each other. They're good for each other. We are learning from their relationship. It's really a beautiful one. Corinthians 13 says, what's it say? It says
Love is patient.
no, it says, anyway, the greatest of these is love, right? These three things remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. And it's obvious when you look at them. We're very, very proud to be the parents. Very, very proud to have you as part of our family now. We love you unconditionally. And we wish you many, many blessings in the rest of your life. So, everyone, I'd like you to again raise a toast to this beautiful young couple, CJ and Tyler. You're here!
One more round of applause for all the participants in the toast. They did a wonderful job.